The historian also handed Joel and Maria a police report from 1973 detailing the murder of Jesse Ramirez, shot in the face by her husband, Mike Ramirez, a Vietnam vet suffering from severe PTSD. The crime had happened inside the bathroom of their Rim Road home, in front of their 13-year-old nephew, Richard Ramirez. 2006, El Paso, Texas. It began with a voice in the attic. A new couple, Maria and Joel, had just moved into an old Spanish-style bungalow on Rim Road, overlooking the dusty desert edge of El Paso. On their third night, they heard footsteps above their bedroom. Joel checked, but the attic was empty. They dismissed it, until it happened again. Then came the whispers. Maria would wake to hear her name said softly from behind the closet door. The dog refused to enter the guest room. Joel found his tools moved. Lights would flicker in just one room. A friend visiting from out of town claimed he saw a man standing at the edge of the hallway, silent, watching. But the couple lived alone. Still, they tried to ignore it. Until the wall in the laundry room began to leak, blood red. Behind that wall was nothing but old insulation, or so they thought. A local historian they'd met at a bookstore heard their story and grew pale. He asked for the address. Then he showed them newspaper clippings from 1970. That exact house had once belonged to Richard Ramirez's cousin, Mike Ramirez, a Vietnam vet who was later arrested for murder. The house had served as the childhood home of the infamous Night Stalker himself, Richard Ramirez, one of the most brutal serial killers in U.S. history. He had lived in that very home for nearly a decade before moving to California. Neighbors from that era recalled Richard being off, obsessed with satanic imagery, and often staring for hours into the same attic vent where Maria heard the whispers. Even more disturbing, Mike Ramirez, the cousin, had once murdered his own wife in front of Richard, right inside that house. Police found the body in the bathroom and the boy in a trance. The wall that bled? It was the exact spot where the bathtub had been removed. The historian also handed Joel and Maria a police report from 1973 detailing the murder of Jesse Ramirez, shot in the face by her husband, Mike Ramirez, a Vietnam vet suffering from severe PTSD. The crime had happened inside the bathroom of their Rim Road home, in front of their 13-year-old nephew, Richard Ramirez. But what they noticed next chilled them. The exact address on the report was the same as theirs. Joel insisted they check the crawl space behind the bathroom wall, just in case. What they found wasn't listed in the police files. Behind a loose brick, inside the drywall cavity, they found a metal cigar box, wrapped in decaying cloth. Inside, old Polaroids. Disturbing images of Richard as a teenager, staring blankly, sometimes covered in red paint or ash, in what appeared to be ritualistic poses. One photo showed him in the attic, a dead bird nailed to the wall behind him. That night, the dog howled and clawed at the hallway wall. The lights surged, then burst. The attic door slammed shut on its own. Maria later discovered online forums where other El Paso residents had lived in the same area and reported strange noises, sightings of a tall shadow man, and even objects disappearing or returning to the attic. One poster claimed their young son spoke in a different voice when near the closet and referred to the one who watches. That phrase, it showed up again in one of the Polaroids, scratched into the floorboards at the boy's feet. And when night falls, the attic creaks like someone is still up there, still learning. still watching. Maria and Joel moved out within weeks. Since then, no tenant has lasted longer than a year. Several report the same things: whispering voices, a shadow in the hallway, the sound of someone laughing when no one else is home.